Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? This is Enrique Sanchez, and you are tuning in to Zero Sign Regime, alternative internet radio. I'm here with my good friends Alex Chen and Peter Abalanian. That's why
Appellion.
Appellian. Okay. We're here because we're going to talk about our experience with Anime Expo 2019. We went to the convention today, and there was a lot of excellent things. There was a lot of exhibitions on different shows, new video games, new TV shows, etc. And for me personally, it was actually the first time I've ever been to an Anime Expo in the Los Angeles Convention Center. It was actually one of the biggest conventions that I've been to because it was so big. It was like close to how many people do you think?
100,000.
100,000 people. So it was a lot.
Or 1 million.
I wouldn't say 1
no,
million.
Not a million, 100,000.
No, 1,000. But I have to say it was packed. So, Peter, let's start with you.
Yes.
When you went to this convention, what did you like about it? What did you see? And what do you expect, that the convention would do better?
I think the security would have done better if they didn't yell at people. But however, what I think about the convention is overall the cosplayers look nice, whether they dress as normal or not. But I still think they're all normal.
Okay.
I don't want people to judge their opinions, don't get me wrong, but however, Anime Expo has a good reputation, and cosplayers are awesome, and the anime is awesome, and the things they sell is pretty cool for a good price.
Okay. And what about you, Alex?
Yeah, I loved my time there. I really enjoyed going to the exhibit hall. That's my favorite part about Anime Expo because, their exhibit hall is just so huge, and there's just so much you can buy there. And I also had a good time going to the gaming room and playing some arcade games with Enrique and Peter. Overall we had a good time there.
Yeah, what I liked about when we were at the arcade center, I got to play Killer Instinct for the first time because I remember when I first played Killer Instinct back in the 90s, it was on Super Nintendo. I wasn't aware that they had an arcade version, and I was actually pretty good at it. It's like I was always beating you with all the different characters.
Right. But I beat you in Smash. So,
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But it was great, and the interesting thing is that I was able to get a lot of things practically for free.
Right.
Yeah, butter. Butter. Yeah, sorry about that. That was some people passing by. But anyway, yes, I'm your best customer. But anyway, like I was saying, it was one of the best conventions that I've been to because I was able to get a lot of things for free. For example, I went to a few of the booths and they were giving a lot of free stuff, and I even went to a particular booth where they had they were selling a bunch of the older anime, and they had a lot of things half off. Like I was able to find a plushie and a manga from Fuji Yugi, the Mysterious Place, an older anime from the 90s. And the guy was so nice that originally it was selling for $5, which originally was 10, but since the book was marked $2.50 and I pointed it inside and he was surprised I knew of the series, he decided, you know what, I'm going to give it to you for $2.50. And the plushie originally he was selling for $15, gave it to me for $5. So I would say, I guess that's a Jew in me, that magically people seem to give me stuff very cheap, or maybe because I know how to handle people or relate to people. But I wasn't even thinking about buying anything. But it was definitely a good experience. I came home pretty happy, and I even got to see a few friends of mine that I keep in contact with, a couple of Facebook groups that I am part of. So I was able to also get pictures with a few characters that I haven't seen in many years, like Luna from the video game Lunar Story, which is an old RPG game that came out on Sega CD and PlayStation 1, and they also made a remake for the Game Boy Advance. I also saw Gumby, which is another character. He's not an anime character, but he's like a claymation character from the 40s. And it was just great. Every time I go to these conventions, I just feel like I could let my hair loose, and just be happy for just a day or two. And what about you, Alex? Like, how do you feel every time you go to conventions?
I think it's a pretty good experience overall. Overall, though, I do think that out of all of the ones I've been to, Anime Expo is the one that I have the best time in because of just how huge the convention is. The fact there's just so much more to do than the other ones I've been to.
Okay. And what about you, Peter? What do you think about Anime Expo? What do you think that could be better, or you expect more in the next convention?
I expect more and good things that they're doing is right mostly, but however, some people scream and they go crazy when the security gets angry.
Yeah.
Like that one time when they helped Alex to check out when he was like saying, "Not you, sir." I was like, "Tom, I'm helping you. Sorry about that."
Yeah, I do have to say that the security people,
We're a little rude.
they were rude, a little bit rude, but I think they could improve in, providing the security people with more training, because
You're right.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
go ahead.
I definitely agree that that's been a big problem with Anime Expo every single year is that the convention staff, they're very rude and just like very aggressive to the attendees. Like when they're not supposed to be at a particular place, they always tend to use this very aggressive tone to like tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing, and that definitely leaves a lot of the attendees angry, and that's definitely something they can improve on.
yeah, honestly, in my honest opinion, I really think they should have higher standards for security, and not just security like for conventions, but for anything, because that's the reason why things are going down. 你好,你好吗?
哎，你好，你好，你好。哎，
谢谢. I just spoke Chinese right now.
Nice. You said thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, I really think they should train people and have a little bit higher standards, because I just feel that they just let any piece of crap become security, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of security do a lot of bad things, and they cause more problems than good, because I just feel that they just let anyone become a security guard, and I think that they should really raise their standards, because it'll make security more efficient. It'll make the attendants feel more safe, and at the same time they will make the reputation of the expos better. That's my honest opinion. So any final words, Alex?
Yes. One thing that I would like to add is that over the past 2 years, Anime Expo has improved drastically with the lines. Because if you went to Anime Expo back in 2017, it was the absolute worst year that they've ever had in terms of lines. Because the way they used to do it is that outside the convention center, there would be this just astronomically huge line. So long, in fact, that most people waited somewhere between 3 to 5 hours in line just to get inside the convention center. It was that bad. It was like, the line went all the way down to the Staples Center.
That's insane.
It's insane, absolutely. And and it was so bad to the point where some people, they couldn't even get inside the convention and like get to spend their day there because the line was just that long.
Were people able to get their money back, or no?
Yes, I mean, fortunately, yes, they did get refunded,
good.
which is good. But yeah, over these past 2 years, Anime Expo, they've drastically improved in lines. Like for example, today, and then last year as well. For me, the line to get in was very quick. It was no issue. So That's definitely something that I would really like to commend Anime Expo for, is that they have really improved in this area.
Oh, okay, that's good. And what about you, Peter? Your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are I agree with Alex about it, but however, in 2017 or the year before that, I started going on 2013 to AX. It was my first time. I was a little nervous. Security was rude to me, but back then, now I know the drill. If they're going to be rude, I just walk away. But however, I still abide by the rules. Anyways, as of for 2017 or 18, I had to pick up my badge ahead of time before they mailed it, and then I had to go 2 or 3 days later to convention before I saw my friend in Hollywood.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
And that's about it. I rest my case here
Perfect.
from here on.
All right. It was a pleasure having you guys on the show again. Alex?
Yeah, I had a great time.
All right.
We had a blast.
Excellent. So this is Enrique Sanchez signing off for Zero Sum Regime Internet Radio Show. If you guys want to hear this podcast, feel free to go to my YouTube channel and find me on social media via Facebook, via Instagram, via Twitter. Take care and have yourself a good day.